Joining us now for a chat on all things good and not so good in motherhood. She's an author of bestseller titled Oh Baby, a maternity consultant and midwife. Please welcome Kathy Fray. Thanks for being here, Kathy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, it's good that you're here. Now, I just wanted to find out, I know you've written several books, but what was the journey, what was the reasoning behind writing all these books on motherhood?
Okay, well, the first one, Oh Baby, Birth Babies, Motherhood Uncensored, that's the one that's been around since 2005. And the reason that I started writing that was just because I had young kids and I was really annoyed at the books that were out there. And I just thought, oh, they're all so pious and perfect and it's not like this. And I was really just writing more just to get things off my chest cathartically. And then I realised that I'd written a book.
Whoops. That just happened.
Yeah, oh, pretty much did.
I love that you did that. So what did you focus on? Was there a particular part of motherhood that was frustrating in terms of what you could find in the bookstores or anywhere else? Like, what did you focus on?
I focused, I guess, on the stuff that I just didn't get. At that stage, this was before I was a midwife, I had 3 under 4, and I'd been making all these decisions based on informed consent, and I didn't really think I felt that informed. And what happened was, at that stage, the building economy had plummeted. My husband's a carpenter, and he took on a 2-year contract because we were SIFs, single income, 5 tummies. And so he took on this 2-year contract out of town. So he was away from home Monday to Friday. And so I sort of lived the life of a solo mum. And the kids were in bed at 7 and we had dial-up internet and we couldn't afford like cable TV or anything. So I was bored.
So you're also a midwife?
I became a midwife after that. When I was pregnant with my 3rd baby, I remember saying to my mother, I think I know what I want to do when these kids are a little bit older. And she's like, oh, what? And I said, I think I'll become a midwife. And she's like, yes, dear.
It's interesting because I know, like, in Australia, the average age for women having children is 31, and then it's apparently increasing in some affluent suburbs.
Totally, yes.
But do you think, because you're a midwife, have you seen the difference in terms of younger women and more mature age women pushing when it comes to the delivery time? Is there a difference there? Because they always say...
A difference of the actual pushing stage?
Well, yeah, when it comes to a woman's strength, and because you're a midwife, you would have seen, is there really an issue with that? Because I feel like the professionals tell us, have the babies early, have them at your 20s, because it's harder when you know. But so I think from a midwife perspective, I would like to know, what's that about?
I would have to say that when you see a 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old's body in labour and the efficiency of the womb and the cervix to dilatate and things, you have to sort of sit back and go, oh, yep, that's when we're supposed to do it.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask.
Physiologically.
Yeah.
Right.
And certainly, but I think probably of more consequence is the emotional
I was just going to ask, but emotionally, where are we going?
Because, I mean, if we go right back to sort of the days of the village, when, you know, it was normal to have your first baby at, say, 17 or 18, but often, you know, you've got the village there and the grandparents are in there helping you, and everybody expects you not to be able to do this on your own. But now what we've got is... when you've got women who are under 25 having a baby and everyone calls them a young mother and you just want to vomit on that one. I mean, like, really, a young mother? Like, when? For the last 50 years she's been a young... Not even that. You know, for tens of hundreds of thousands of years before that, that's actually an old mother, right?
Oh, right.
So it's kind of insulting.
That would maybe...
Yeah.
A grandma. When I had my children, because I had them later in life, right? So I really wanted to know that side of things from a midwife's perspective.
So I think that, and I do feel for the women who are, you know, in their mid-20s and pregnant with their first, because you do get tired of people telling you, oh, you're such a young mum, and you're the youngest person in the antenatal classes and whatnot, which is ridiculous, but you are. So you're right, that the average age is more sort of early 30s. But certainly the women who are, say, in their early 40s with their first baby,
Really?
Yeah.
sorry, girls.
Yeah. Even the post would probably be more like the postnatal in terms of
recovery. They're
Might take
used to
longer.
being very successful and in control and in charge. And sometimes when you see the younger mums, especially sort of in the early 20s, they can be so cruisy in the postnatal period because they don't have expectations.
Do you think they're cruisy in their parenting as well? Like as an older mum, I probably feel like I'm probably like a little bit tight, whereas if I was younger having kids, I may have been a bit more cruisy. Is that a common thing too?
Yeah, I guess there is, that's where maybe sometimes there's almost too much cruise, right? By the time they're up to 3 or 4 and they're just like little nightmares, maybe.
Not my Johnny.
Yes.
I know, because he's far above average intelligence.
right.
That's right.
Talking about 3-year-olds, it's funny you mentioned that. Emotional 3-year-olds. I've got one who's actually going to be turning 3 tomorrow, but I just feel like she is different to the older. Is it like a second child syndrome, or is there something we can do about emotional 3-year-olds?
She beat to her own drum.
She beats to something, I tell you that.
You're not recognising the drum beat, but she is.
But I think like a lot of parents go through this certain period, I think, and usually 2-3, where they're like, they just have it.
I feel like it's the second child.
Oh, sometimes it can be the first as well.
Can it?
Yeah.
But I think it's that, in fact, the more children you have, the more you realise, like, oh gosh, they come in so much variety.
But I was just thinking about what you were saying about beating to her own drum. Like, what are the typical things that you look out for when for a 3-year-old, for a 4-year-old?
Well, when you've got a child who's like your personality, it's just easier.
Okay.
Right? But that's not often the case, right? And that's where, well, if you've got one, you can tend to be very centre of the universe and everything focuses. And 2 can be sort of neat and tidy, because you can have one on each hand, or he's got one and you've got one. And 3 or more, awesome.
Yeah. Look,
Goes to chaos and you just...
That's where I'm at. Thank you so much, Kathy, for being here. If you want more information on where to get Kathy's books, check out kathyfray.com. Ladies, thanks for the chat. And to you at home, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share, like and subscribe if you're watching us online, because there's always more room for more mums at the table. Until next time, God bless.